Trump just made a major announcement. The highly anticipated meeting between myself as President of the United States of America and Vladimir Putin of Russia will take place next Friday in the great state of Alaska. A fitting destination considering we bought Alaska from the Russians for pennies on the dollar. If Trump can secure a deal as good as that for Ukraine, we're in great shape. This comes just hours after Trump made another peace deal between Azerbaijan and Armenia.
The country of Armenia and Azerbaijan are committing to stop all fighting forever, open up commerce, travel, and diplomatic relations, and respect each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of the Republic.
These countries have been at each other's throats for 37 years. Trump just ended it. Sounds like a Nobel Peace Prize is in order.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee will make their announcement as it relates to this year's Nobel Peace Prize on October the 10th, Friday, October the 10th. Is that date circled on your calendar, Mr. President?
I can't say. I mean, a lot of people say, no matter what I did, because, I'm of a certain persuasion, no matter what I do, they won't give it. And I'm not politicking for it.
I think President Trump deserved to have a Nobel Peace Prize. We will promote for that.
Fox News correspondent Alexandra Huff is here with us now. How you doing, Alexandra?
Hey, I'm great, Jesse. Thanks for having me. President Trump, he did not want this meeting with President Putin to overshadow that resolution signed today between Armenia and Azerbaijan. You noticed when the two leaders shook their hands at the White House, President Trump actually gripped onto that handshake, which is really symbolic of what kind of month, what kind of legacy President Trump intends to have. So he is going to meet with President Putin in Alaska midday on Friday. That's all we know right now. It's going to be their first face-to-face since 2018. And the first time that President Putin has touched U.S. soil in a decade. The intention here is to then have a second meeting at some point that includes Ukraine's President Zelensky. And as Peter mentioned right here last night, there was a lot of talk about where Putin maybe wanted this meeting to happen, but really the call was going to be made by President Trump. He's the third party. He's not the one losing soldiers. It was Putin who requested this sit down, and today was the deadline for Russia to make peace or be financially hit by the U.S. And President Trump, this has been a big week. He began it by expressing once again frustration with Putin over the lack of progress made towards peace and his continued assault on Ukraine. And he now says that Putin is coming to the last frontier to talk peace, Jesse.
Well, we know the president's a savvy operator, but how much does this administration trust Vlad?
There's always an asterisk on this. When the president was asked today about what kind of work that President Zelensky needs to do to make sure that he could make the concessions perhaps necessary, he said Zelensky is preparing, but he always kind of adds this, if a deal can be done, if we can get this thing done. So there's always an asterisk. We've heard this continued frustration and the skepticism coming from the president towards Putin.
All right. Hopefully Vlad doesn't just drag it out again.
Right.